Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a succulent haul that I received from Mountain Crest Gardens. I've ordered from them before and I've always gotten really good succulents and plants. I think there was probably only one time that I got one plant that I wasn't happy with, but their customer service was so quick in replacing the plant that arrived a little bit damaged, and that was really the only incident I've ever had. Otherwise, I've received really good plants and customer service from them. Now, they send out, hope you can see this without the glare, they send out in their packaging a customer care for their plants here, how to properly water them, what to do with them once you receive them, all sorts of, I want to show my address there, all sorts of information to help you be as successful as you can in growing your plants. Okay, so let me show you what I ordered from them. I've got 8 plants here that I'm going to be putting in various containers that I just picked up at the Goodwill, which I'm going to show you in just a little bit, my Goodwill haul. But I wanted to show you these plants first. Now, this first one here is an Echeveria crinoline ruffles, and all of these plants, I don't have any of these plants, so these are new for me. But this one, although it may be small now, I know it's going to grow up to be a beautiful Echeveria, very wide in diameter of the rosette, and I don't have any that have the little crinoline or ruffled edges, so that was one reason that I wanted to order this one. And I did get a couple of sempervivums. This one, Purple Beauty, you can see there hints of the purple coming out there. And I'm not going to water these right away because all of the soil in these is damp, so they don't need any watering, but I am going to let them sit for a little while because, you know, they've been in a FedEx box for a couple of days, so I am going to let them sit for a little bit. Sorry, my bird is chirping. That's who you hear. That's Darcy. So I am going to let them sit for a little bit and they'll be just fine, but be on the lookout for another video of the planting of them. So this one is Sempervivum Fame, and although this one's got more of rose color within there, not so much the purple, but the symmetry of these is so nice. Very nice succulent. And this one here is Crassula imperialis giant, and although it may not look like a giant right now in this little 2-inch container, I'm sure that it will grow to be one. I have very specific pot that I'm going to be putting this in. I'm going to show you in just a minute here, but again, this is one that I did not have. I ordered some, oops, sorry, bumped into the camera there. I ordered some stone crop also, Tetractinum Chinese stone crop. I wanted to get something that had a spreading habit to it and almost like a trailing habit to it, because I'm thinking more long term. You know, these plants, these succulents look small now, but you really have to think about the long term of the plant and its growing habit. How big is it going to get and such, so you put it in the right pot and in the right area. Haworthia viscosa. Look how cool this is. So very neat. And it's hard too. It's not a soft succulent by any means, but you can see that it already has little pups, little babies coming out the bottom and the side. There's what, 5 there? So very healthy plant already. So that's gonna look very cool. in a garden dish. This one growing a little bit taller. You know, when I do my garden dishes, even with succulent dishes, I follow the rule of thriller, filler, spiller. As many of you probably, when you do container gardens, follow that rule. And I think this one is going to be a thriller as far as it getting bigger. So again, thinking ahead of what the plant is going to look like, even though it may be very small right now. Another one that's going to get tall is this Crassula conjuncta ivory towers. I've been wanting to get this one because I do have several Crassulas in different types of Crassulas and colors, but I had not gotten a ivory tower. So this one, I love the little pink margin around the bottom leaves there. You can tell that these bottom leaves have the pink margin because they're a little bit older. These newer ones don't because they're new. So, but they will get that once they get a little bit older. And finally, I have this jade here. Trailing jade, Senecio jacobsonii trailing jade. Now I have this one that you probably have seen in the video I did of the succulents I picked up at California Cactus Center. The Senecio jacobsonii in a variegated version. It's actually a tricolor, but I wanted to get the other version in all green. So if you remember seeing that one is trailing quite a bit. I have it in a hanging basket already, but look at the growth already in this little guy. Very healthy plant. It's already growing. So again, I'm going to think about what am I going to put this in that will be able to handle its trailing habit easily. Okay. Now, I mentioned that I had a special pot for this one here. Look what I got. Isn't this the cutest little thing? This is a small pot that I got through Mountain Crest Gardens, and it's a little face planter. You guys know that I recently did a my own version of a face planter when I painted the terracotta pot with using stencils, but they have these little planters that easily fit a little 2-inch, well, not with the pot, but a little 2-inch plant, and once that starts growing out, it'll look very much like hair growing out of it. Now, the one great thing about these planters is that they have them in 3 different colors. This happens to be the light brown one because I got it to kind of match my skin tone. They have a white one, and then they have a darker brown one. So you can get whichever tone that you would like to have in your garden. But I thought this was just so cute. So be on the lookout for the next video when I pot this one up with that little seed in there. Okay, so let me show you what I got at Goodwill. Okay, here is the Goodwill haul that I have that I picked up this earlier in the week, knowing that I was going to have some succulents coming and I wanted to have some planters to put them in. Starting over here, this one actually is not going to be a planter. I'm going to have this in my collection of teacups. I like to decorate for the season using vintage glassware or china, anything like that that is in keeping with that season. So I thought this would be perfect for the fall season. So that is what that's going to be for. Now this pot here, this terracotta pot, is from Williams Sonoma, made in Spain. I do have one that's a wider diameter that I have on my balcony with some succulents in it. And I had drilled a hole in it, which is what I'm going to do with this one also. And I thought that would be perfect. It's nice and shallow because, you know, succulents have shallow roots, so it's nice and shallow for the succulent. So I have that one. Now this one here, I'm obviously not going to drill a hole in it. It is silver, but what I'll do is just simply put some rocks down at the bottom along with some soil. And for $1, you know, I couldn't pass it up. It was all purple tags were $1 that day. So I thought that would be just really cute. Again, no drainage hole, so I have to be really careful with the watering of it. Now this one here has many drainage holes. This is a steamer, vegetable steamer that you would put in a pot, but I am going to use it for succulents. I don't have a place to hang it, but that's okay. I can just use it the way it is now, and then later on, when I do have a place to hang it, it'll make for a perfect hanging basket. This one here is another one that's just for my collection. I'm not going to be putting any type of succulents or planting in it, but as you know, I have a milk glass collection, and every time I see a milk glass, especially with a pattern that I do not have, I will pick it up. So that's what that is. Oops. This here, I love the blue pattern on it. It's just so pretty. So it's a ceramic pot that's easily, you can drill a hole in it to for drainage for the plants, for the succulents. So
okay, so at first glance here, this birdhouse definitely doesn't look like a planter. But I recently saw a video by Laura from Garden Answer where she created a rooftop of succulents on a birdhouse, and I thought, what a genius idea. So my next project is going to be a rooftop of succulents on this birdhouse, so stay tuned for that one. The final item in my Goodwill haul is this adorable little toy. I believe it's a toy. It's a wooden baby carriage or pram or whatever you want to call it, but it's made out of wood, held together by some metal, and I just thought it was the most adorable thing. It actually works. It wheels, and I can easily drill a hole on the bottom for good drainage, but I thought succulents would just look adorable on here. It's an unusual and unique item to plant some succulents in. So that's all for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe so you can make sure to see the next video where I put together those succulents and pots, and you don't want to miss out on how they turned out. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a blessed day.